All right, man. We got Lil Dane joining me here for Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max, Live 365, iHeartRadio, the one and only Baton Rouge's own Lil Dane. Welcome to the show, man. How's everything going?
Man, what's good, brother? Out here hustling. You already know, putting that work in. What's going on with you?
Everything's going good. Congratulations on all the success. I did my research on you. I know we've been following each other for a while. We were supposed to make this happen a couple months ago, but we just weren't able to get it done. And things they always come up for both of us, of course. But you got
Right.
the new single out, "Only the Strongest Survive." So, what was kind of the message behind this track that you wanted to push? What's the message that you're sending to the audience? Because you've been doing this for a while, a long, long time.
Yeah, with a message, then that means like some people give up on their dreams, and it's all about only the strongest survive. Like you got to keep pushing. And what I mean about that is you just can't give up. Like it's really like a war zone out here. Like you really just gotta stand your ground, and you gotta keep pushing. But
Absolutely.
the inspiration behind the track was I've been to all of Rick Ross car shows. That's my people in them right there. And
MMG.
just seeing his house and just being in that present is just like that. Like that's the goal. Like that's what we want. We want to be financially stable. We want to be wealthy. And I'm just looking like, damn, bro. Like, bro, it's like, and I was like, damn. The goal is to be rich forever. And that's the goal, is to be rich forever. And that's how I came up with that.
Fire. And you got the Rick Ross connection, like you said, MMG, Only Time Will Tell. You got the couple songs with Slab there, which were pretty fire when I checked those out. So how much are we inching here? Because I know it's a goal of yours. I think you be totally down to sign to Rick Ross. I know that's one of the goals here. So what's kind of the next couple steps that you're taking to maybe possibly make that happen?
Man, just continue to support them. I've been knowing them, for probably about 2.5, 3 years now. My manager at the time, that was his goal, was try to, get me connected to Rick Ross, try to get Rick Ross to sign me and listen to my music, because I am fire. I come with the bars and stuff like that. So I'm locked in with them. Unfortunately, me and my manager, he's not my manager anymore due to personal and business reason. But I still talk to the producer. Me and his producer, we locked in. We about to do an album together. Matter of fact, he the one that produced Only the Strongest Survive. He
Wow.
Only the Strongest Survive. I got another track called Diversity that I'm finna get ready to release. He produced the track that I got called Top Tiers. That's for the ladies. That's the club banger. So yeah, I'm locked in with him. I got another guy who I talk to every day. Like a big brother called Papa Zoe. Shout out to Papa Zoe. Got his own podcast in Miami. Just doing big things. So them my guys right there. So I still conversate with them guys.
Mhm. And what did it mean to you to get stamped by Jim Jones? Because you got stamped by him a while ago too.
Man, bro, it was that was crazy, bro. Like, not only him, like, Jadakiss, uh,
Hmm.
you know, the A&R from Atlanta Records hearing my song and tell me,
Glorilla, she commented fire on your record.
yeah, yeah. But Max, I'm really not surprised though, bro, because like, I know what I could do. I know what I could do far as writing music. Like, I know I could write music. I could write a pretty good song. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very, I take a while to write my song, because I'm just not finna put something out there. Like I gotta like really concentrate and write it, and it's gonna be, it's coming from me. It's gonna be fire.
I could tell. Yeah, a true lyricist here. What happened to being called Rip the Lyricist? What made you get rid of
Um,
that name?
oh, so you went all the way there for you went all the way back there for man, this is my first time interview that somebody ever brought that up. Well, during that time, I had my own personal studio at that time, and I was working with Kevin Gates, DJ, RP the DJ Fat Man. I was working with him, and he heard my rap name. He was like, "Man, nah, bro." He say, "Rip the lyrics." He's like, "Nah, bro, you got to come up with something that's marketable." Man, you Lil Dane, man. You got to come up with something that's marketable. So I like, all right, stay there. So ever since then, I've been going by Lil Dane. But bro, that's crazy, because you the first.
Laughing.
Did your homework. I know that you did your homework. That's crazy, bro. Ain't nobody never brought that up to me ever.
Well, why don't we take it back even further? SBNV. How about that?
SDMV, that's my brother. That stands for Size, Damien, and Vayan, and RP to my best friend. You know, we started this together. Um, but unfortunately, he was in a bad wreck with my brother because they was on their way to a show down here, and it was on a bridge, and they tire head caught flat. But we was all in the rap group together, and and my brother, he was always over the rap group and stuff like that. During that time, I was being lazy, like he was paying for promo, he was paying for everything. So that was our rap group name. The label was called Rippin' Entertainment, and he was over it, and we had our own studio, and it was fun while it lasted, bro. But I had to take it to another level. He disabled right now because he only got one arm from the.
Oh man.
So I just wanted to take it a step further, travel, and just go to different places, networking and stuff, bro. And I've been doing it ever since, bro. Like I put in work. Like if
You
you look at my page, bro, like like everything there is me. No management, no net. Just me, just studying the game, just doing researching, and just doing what I do, bro. Cause I like it's hard to find a manager. Like a manager is not something you supposed to go and look for. It's somebody supposed to come that believe in you already. You know what I'm saying? That see you working, they're supposed to come along and take their resources and put it towards what you already got already and help you get a little further. That's how I met NRG. That's how I met him. I was running promo with him, and he told me, he said, Dan, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He said, I want to continue to promote you. That way Ross could see you and, get familiar with your music and shoot the shit. We just kept promoting it. Ross ended up liking my songs and stuff. So, bro, that was real big. And then, I was showing up to all the events that they was having up in Miami. I'm just showing up, networking with people, getting phone numbers and stuff like that, bro. I met Cool and Dre. Went to the Cool and Dre studio, so that was real dope. So yeah, bro, like I've been putting in work though, and I'm
you
still
do.
working, bro.
You do. And I think that's what's really going to pay off for you is because not only do you have the talent, but you have the hard work. There's a lot of people that have the talent, but they don't put the hard work in. Unfortunately, I know you're a big old, you really don't even listen to hip hop too much. You listen to a lot of Temptations, old school music, things like that. But when we look at it, I think a lot of the talented hip hop artists, they just don't have the work ethic. They have the talent, and which is why we're not hearing them. Plus, the industry's more gauged to clicks now more than anything instead of talent. So that's another issue. But a lot of the scrub artists, and I'll just say how it is, they have a better work ethic.
Yeah. Man, I think so too, bro. Like a lot of us lyrical artists, we have a fan base. I think people that are gravitating to that right now, because they used to like a lot of, like the mumbo simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to go in all deep and stuff like that, bro. And I think it's kind of harder we'll have to work 10 times harder than them, to get people to gravitate to what we know and trying to listen, because they don't want to hear lyrics, bro. But I ain't changing up for nobody. I ain't changing up for nobody, bro. This is what I do. I've been doing it. When I first got started and how I wanted to get better, I reached out to Cassidy the Hustler, man. I reached out to Cassidy the Hustler and asked him, how can I critique my boss and how can I improve? And he basically told me, I got the video on my phone. He basically told me, make sure that I'm using figurative languages, make sure I'm piecing up syllables and stuff like that, and I'm always rhyming. So I just take that piece of information and knowledge that he gave me and just add it to every song.
Absolutely. And I could tell just by the lyrical content in your music, the Jay-Z flow, that's one of my personal ones that I checked out. That I was like, yeah, this guy's got it. I know you're a big lyrical guy. So how are you able to really draw inspiration from other genres of music and kind of put it into hip hop since you don't really listen to it? Because to me, you have to, I'm sure you have to pretty much stay in that 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s generation of hip hop to really learn from that craft and to get molded into what you have going. So is that kind of what you have going on, is basically that you only really dive into the lyrical hip hop of the 90s and early 2000s?
Yeah, yeah, like I just feel like I just feel like, far as me, it's just something that I've been doing. I don't listen to early, like late 90s hip hop right now. It's just something that I know how to do. I know how to do it now, so I don't have to go back and listen to Jay-Z or Biggie or Jadakiss or what I'm saying, Jim Jones, because I got the formula down pat. Like I know where I want to be at with it, and I don't have to listen to nobody. Like the last time I recorded the song was last year, and I could easily get a beat and just put some lyrics to it, and it should be fire, because I got the formula down pat.
Wow. That's insane. I never heard anyone speak of it that way. You just go right ahead and you don't even listen to rap like that.
I don't, bro. I listen to a lot of old school music, bro. I swear to God, like I get it from my daddy, cause my daddy
He's a DJ.
he was he was a DJ. Well, he retired right now, and I get the music side from him, and I don't listen to rap, bro. Like for some reason, bro. But I can rap my ass off, but I don't listen to it. I guess this just my God gifted talent, and I got the hustle.
That's interesting for sure. Yeah, you definitely stand out in that lane because I feel as though everyone that's into hip hop listens to it deeply. So it's interesting that you listen to it that way. So, how deep was your father into the industry? Was he really deep, or was he kind of just like a?
It's like he was just doing stuff like.
Oh, I think we lost you here. I think it kind of froze up. Oh, it froze up a little bit. So, what happened? Was it what kind of DJ was? Was he like really deep in the
Yeah,
industry?
he
Yeah.
was he was in I'm gonna say he was an in-town DJ,
Okay.
around the city.
Okay.
He was around the city DJ. So, he did his thing, and now he retired now.
Yeah. And now you're following in that musical footsteps. So, talk to me how far after the accident happened with your closest friend and your brother to when you started hitting the road again with music? Because I would think that's something that's traumatic to where it would take you a while to get back on your
Well,
feet.
I was I started like after that incident, I started working with Kevin Gates DJ.
Hmm.
We the plan was to get a single for my city, what I'm saying, to make me known in my city. And I had a song featured with a couple, other artists down here, a couple big name artists down here. We promoted the song. Unfortunately the song ain't, do what, wanted to do, but so I did that. After that, I got my own studio, started recording my own stuff. Then I was like, man, look, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go back to the big studio. I say around about 2019, 2018, I was like, man, I want to do big shit. Like, I'm tired of doing this little small shit. Like, I want to do big. Like, I want to do big shit. But I'm talking to myself. Like, I really talk to myself. Like, man, like, what can I do to like stand out from all these other artists and just really make impactful music? So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna be a lyricist. So, bro, I practice every day. Like I practice every day, like just writing that shit, just everything, like just writing every day, bro. Just recording, writing. So I found myself every song that I do, I kept getting a lot better, a lot better. So so my brother told me, he was like, man, he said, bro, don't read from the phone. He said, if you read from the phone, you're not really putting the energy to it. Every time you write, memorize it. And that's how come when you hear my songs now, you hear like my deliveries, everything just on point. Because I'm not reading for a phone. I'm really like memorizing. I memorized everything.
That's
You
true. And you could kind of realize that. And I guess I'll throw a name out here. I mean, might as well. Everyone else is basically buried him. I feel as though certain Drake songs, you could tell that he's reading from a phone. I don't know if anyone else can notice that, but I can tell that. And we've seen it. We've seen him freestyle from the phone. So you could tell when someone, at times, there's certain Drake
know?
songs early on that you may not be able to notice it as much, but there's certain ones to where it's just, I feel like he's reading me a book and it's like you're putting me to sleep.
Bro, like I say, it be like Max, it be months before I go to the studio. Like I can write a song right now and I won't go to the studio prior to like, what I'm saying, like in August or something like that, because it gotta be perfect, bro. Like it got to be perfect. If I ain't feeling it now, I throw it to the side and come back to it. But it got to be perfect. I can't put out no anything, you know. I can't put out no anything, bro.
Mhm. I get it. And it's been working for you. Anytime you drop something, the reception goes crazy. Only time will tell. How do you feel that phrase is living up to right now? Only time will tell. How do you reflect on that title? Because I feel as though you haven't given up. I mean, only the strongest survive. So how do you reflect back on that title, that project?
Man, it's really everything is really about timing, bro. Like, everything is really about having patience and timing. Like, you know what I'm saying? God working mysterious way. Whenever it's your time, it's gonna happen. You can't
Mhm.
skip the line. You can't skip the hustle. Only thing I can do what I can control. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I can do is keep trying, keep hustling. You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't my time, it just ain't my time. And I don't care how good my song is. I don't care who I'm connected to. I don't care who commented it, who did this, do this. If it ain't my time, it just ain't my time. And I respect that because that's just giving me the sense of urgency just to keep on hustling. Only time will tell, you
Only
know.
time will tell.
And I always say this, Max. I always say, if it ain't for me, if music's not for me, if God don't want me doing this, if it's not for me, and if you want me doing something, I'm perfectly fine with that. I got a story to tell, so my experience with the labels and stuff like that. So I'm fine with it. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah, no, I get it. And keep that energy too when you're, because you do have a story to tell. You've been through a lot of trials and tribulations. And before we really get into the label, because I did do my research on the label meetings and things like that. So you said you wanted to do things that were big. Was the first big thing that you did as a solo artist going to New York and Queens for your first show? Was that the first big
oh, you
thing?
did your homework, bro. You did your
Yeah.
home. Yep, yep, yep. That was my first. That was my first. That was my first show up in Queens, New York. I I actually booked that venue myself. I actually booked that myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything I do it myself. I like, man, bro, like, how can I perform in New York? Like, I really want to perform in New York. So I was just doing some research online. Um, Contacted the club promoter, and boom, it happened just like that. I flew down there. The night of the event. The song that I rapped was "Only God Know My Struggle," and everybody was just like excited, bro, because I'm there by myself up in a city with these damn lyrics, putting in work, and they said, "Where you from again?" Louisiana. Man, bro, I ain't know Louisiana artists go hard like that, bro. I ain't know y'all coming like that. I said, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm coming like that.
Mm.
You know? So that was my first time actually leaving from my city and traveling. I've been doing it ever since. After that, I went back down there for a label meeting with Roc Nation.
I did check that out. How did that go? I mean, you obviously didn't get signed, but how was the meeting as a whole? Just the vibe.
Bro, like when I tell you, like everything is confidential with Jay-Z. Like everything. Like I didn't even know I'm on the same street as the building is on it, but I was trying to find it. I'm using a GPS to try to find it because
And it's unmarked.
yeah, like I'm like, man, damn. So I'm right in front of it. So I walked in. Max. I kid you not. I walked in. It got a Chase Bank to the left, and it got a security desk boot in the front. And I walked up to the security guard, and I kid you not, I was like, "Hey, how you doing, ma'am? If this is a talent agent for Roc Nation, this is what she did." And continue to walk around with her hands behind her back. So I was like, damn. So I went to the front desk. I was like, how y'all doing? I have a meeting, Damien Dalcourt. So I had to give them my government issued state ID. They had to call up there to the label to verify that I had a meeting with them. To
That's
verify
insane.
to verify that I had a meeting with them.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like, bro, and when I went up there, when I went in the room, the A&R ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing. He told me not to talk to me, so I got to explaining it to him, telling them where I'm from, and telling them that I put in work. I'm very talented or whatever. So he was like, all right, play something. So I played him a couple songs, and he say, ooh, he said, you fire. But he said, if he was for talent, this is what he told me. He said, if he was for talent, I'd sign you right now. But I want you to continue to put some more work in. I respected that, Max,
Hmm.
because I wanted to know where I was at with my music. So he like, yeah, bro, you fight. He said, but if it was for talent, he said, if it was for talent, I would sign you right now. I would
Wow.
sign you right now. And he told me to just keep in contact with him. So, I still be talking to him and stuff like that.
That's big.
That's real big, bro. And I went back down there. I had another meeting with Republican Records.
Oh, Dame Dash, you're the Dame Dash meeting too.
Yeah, bro. I can sit up here, Max, and tell you everything, bro. Like it's like I done did so much of shit. I had the Republican meeting first, and then it was the Dame Dash. The Republican Records, I had a meeting with them as well. And I went in there and played my song for the air, dog. But this time the air dog told me to come back in there with some jewelry. He told me to come back in there. That was funny. I don't know, was he being funny? He said, but he told me to come back with some jewelry on. I said, say, big brother, I mean, you know. I said, I wear jewelry, but not like that, bro. I said, I'm out of town. You might never know. They may try to rob me down here or something, bro. Yeah, he told me to come back with some jewelry on. And the song that I played from, it was good, but I had my cousin on there, so he wanted me to take my cousin off and put somebody else on.
Oh,
Bro, that was funny though. But he said I was dope, though. He said I was dope.
see,
Yeah,
at least you're getting the green flags for that you're meant to be doing this, that it's good. I
yeah.
don't know what people are using these garbage side comments and side things to disqualify you, which doesn't make sense because the talent's there, the songs are there.
The songs are there, bro. You know, the songs are there. I just got to continue to keep working, bro. Like I don't have an answer to what's next. I can just do what I can control. But I'm actually flying to these different places, meeting with these people. I'm not sitting on no internet doing none of that. I'm actually flying, meeting these piece of person face to face, and they actually telling me what it is. They ain't sitting behind no computer. So,
Dame Dash, was Dame Dash actually there? Did you meet with
oh
Dame?
yeah, Dane was definitely there. And how I did that was I saw, I've been following Dane. I know everybody following Dane Dash. I've been following Dane Dash for years. So I seen where he was having like he had his own talk show. And it's called, at the time it was called Blue Rock Night Wednesdays. And he'll have like when he performed his band, and other artists be performing and stuff like that. So I say, that's interesting. That's something that I want to do. So I wanted to meet him because I already didn't have my meeting with Roc Nation. So I'm like, I'm just basically going down the line. So yeah, I hit up his coordinator, and she put me down, and I flew down there, bro, and I performed. But this was new to me though. What he had me to do. I had to be the rehearsal for Tuesday, and the actual show was Wednesday. So a rehearsal, I had to perform with a band. I had to put the band. I had to, what I'm saying, get the band to play the song. We had to rehearse the song because with him, he about everything like doing it the right way. He don't perform with the lyrics. He don't want you to perform with the lyrics. You gotta, want you to do it with the band. So I had to rehearse with the band. So the band had to get the song down pat. That was a new experience to me because I had to perform with a live band.
That's
And
that's
yeah,
tricky first time.
yeah, boy, it was tricky, and I was out of breath too. I was I was out of breath. So I'm sitting like, damn, bro. Like I gotta perform with a live band, so that means I gotta get everybody on point. Like this your instrument, this how you play this is what you play and stuff like that. So, bro, that was a new experience to me. That was the first time experience for me.
What was the most recent one? Was it Sony? Was Sony the one that you most recently met with?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sony Music. Yep, went in there. Matter of fact, last year up in July, June or July, can't remember. Well, July, but yeah, went to Sony. Uh, he heard the song, he liked the song. You know, they want to know what I'm doing, what I got going on, what I got next, and stuff like that. And you know, he told me that I'm similar to Nipsey Hussle. That's what he told me. He said that I'm similar to Nipsey Hussle, the way that that I do hustle music and stuff like that. He said me and Nipsey Hussle kind of got similarities, and he just told me, bro, like he said, man, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Sony is hard to sign to, you know.
Mhm.
Sony music is hard to sign to, and I'm like, man, I already know, bro. Looking at some of the artists on there, they got Michael Jackson, of course Beyonce signed with them. They got Bruno Mars, you know, et cetera, et cetera. They really sign like superstars. They don't, you know. But I consider myself as a superstar. Though. I'm just saying like they sign superstars. And you know, I got his contact information. You know, he wanted me to send my Spotify, wanted me to send all my DSPs and stuff like that. You know,
Mhm.
so bro, I
Yeah,
don't, bro.
yeah, another thing I don't like, I mean, I've spoken about it before, especially it really has affected all types of the arts in the industry, pretty from movies to music, is that they care about analytics. I know that's a big thing. And the thing that's so crazy about analytics is those can be manipulated and bought and purchased. So if we're gonna you could basically buy your way to a red carpet or an award show now.
Yep,
Just if you just pay for a couple million views, you're golden. Yeah, that's how low the bar is. So it's like, well, let me see your statistics. It
yep.
doesn't mean anything. It
It
really
don't mean
doesn't.
anything, bro. Like I tell them, man, like it really don't. Yeah, my numbers might be low, but like I don't care about numbers. I don't care. I don't care about numbers, man. Like, cause I'm actually out here, like face to face with the people. Like I don't care about numbers, man. Yeah, my Spotify low. Yep, they low. I'm not gonna sit up here and say they not. But I rather have, I rather have 300 real listeners than 100 some thousand fake bots.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather for my listeners to be real low than for it to be real high and just bots, just fake numbers. No, we not doing it.
No, I agree with you on that. So tell me about your process this getting the pressing up all your CDs. You went to New York for that was the first time you went to New York. You sold about 100 CDs. You made some good money off that. So do you still press up CDs even though we're in
Oh
the
no,
digital age?
oh no, indeed no. But I do keep QR codes on me. You know, you
Okay.
gotta have some you know, physical to reach them. But I do keep, you know, the little QR codes on me. I keep them on me. You know, because you never know you never know who you're gonna run into, man. I mean, you know, I'm in and out these hotels and you know, all at the airport with it, bro. And you just never know who knows who or who is who.
It's
You know,
true.
you
You never
never
know
know.
who you can run into.
Yep, you just gotta have some on you to, you know, present to them to, you know, show them what you got. And first presentation matters.
I agree. You got to keep pushing. That's the main thing. So now you keep striving. You keep pushing. You got all these label meetings going forward. So what are your thoughts on it? Because this is something that I know that you're passionate about and that you've spoken about before. Why do you think that they only want to accept you or really embrace you when you're on or when you're signed instead of when they see the talent? Because you have a lot of people in the industry that have seen your talent already, but
Mhm.
they're not embracing. Why do you think it's only when you're on and signed? Because
Because
if you
I
got the talent, it shouldn't make a difference.
right, but you know, it's you know what? It's like a big a risky. Like it's a risk because you know, okay, we let's keep it 100. If they sign me and they put all this money behind me, what if I don't do? You know what I'm saying? What if they don't? You know, they got to get their money back.
Mm,
You know, they got to get their money back. So you know, I don't have a following. I got the talent. I ain't got no fan base compared to if I had a fan base and if I, you know what I'm saying, if I got the music already, but if I had a fan base and they see that I'm already having booked shows, so they ain't gotta do nothing but come in and add to what I already got. But you know, they not developing artists no more, you know, which I don't need to be developed, but you know, they're just you gotta have the fan base already, you gotta have motion already. You know, you gotta be having book venues and stuff like that. You gotta be selling merchandise. And you know, that's just what they looking for. And you know, I respect it. You know, like I don't care because you know I'm already putting in work. All the money I'm putting in is my money, so I'm the boss. Like they ain't there shit. You're not the boss until you put your own money up. And I've been putting my own money up for years, and I'm the boss. If I could get a buzz while I'm independent, rich forever. Yeah,
just
rich,
like Rick Ross.
rich forever. If you could get a buzz while you independent, oh man, bro,
It's
rich
a
forever.
wrap.
And that's what I'm focused on right now. You know, trying to get trying to get some. Well, I already got the momentum, but trying to get even further momentum now while I'm independent. So, you know, if a label do come along, like I could negotiate whatever I want. Like, you know, you calling my phone want to sign me, but you know what I'm saying? What we talking in pricing? What we talking with the money wise? And if I don't, you know, if they ain't talking about that, I don't have to agree to that. I'm like, man, I already got this going on, got this going on, got this going on. I mean, so what? Like, so that's why if you could get high as an independent artist, you could really do something, and you could really start like, negotiating what you want.
True.
Compared to going to them and they, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they gonna throw something in your face and you gotta accept it and all that. No, you get some momentum going, you get that buzz going, and you let them come to you.
That's how I mean, that's how it is right now, especially with the independent movement. I just don't
But
understand why
it's,
there's, yeah,
it's expensive though. It's definitely it's expensive. You either gotta have a 9 to 5 or some type of hustle, because it's expensive, bro.
it
This
is.
shit is expensive. Like I can't sit up here and say it. Like
I know it is just from talking to artists. It's not, and I think the difficulty is with it as well is that everyone and their mother wants to be an artist now. So you're competing against all these people. Trust me, I've seen everyone in every lane, wherever you mention it, artist, model, acting, whatever it is. I've seen it all, and it's just everyone's so hungry for fame. Where I don't know if it because we didn't really have that much of a microscope on it because we didn't have social media in the '90s. But now that I see what social media does, and everyone's addicted to it, everyone's setting up thirst traps on their Instagrams and things like that. Everyone's trying to get fame and clout, and it's distracting from the people who really want to do this and have actual talent.
yeah, it's hard for us, bro, but I don't care. Like you,
You got to keep
you got
going.
you got to wait 10 times. So got to work harder.
Exactly.
Gotta work. I gotta work harder, bro. Like that's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? I see it. Gotta work harder. So I'm willing to do what people ain't gonna do. They not gonna travel. They ain't gonna meet these people. They ain't gonna like, bro. Like I booked my own. I had to perform on a live TV show. I know you saw that too on a Sister Random show in Orlando, Florida.
I did see a clip of that.
Yeah, I booked that. You
Wow.
know,
He does his own bookings. You don't need a man. What would it? Well, you kind of mentioned it before that it has to make sense for you to get a manager because I know you previously mentioned that you had one before. So, is it even going to make sense for you to get a manager now that you book everything on your own? Is it going to be to the point to where you're getting too many bookings and everything's becoming overwhelming? Is that probably when you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to find someone?
right. And I think that you know not not necessarily looking, but let them come to me. And they just gotta have the same work ethic. You gotta have the same work ethic to me. You gotta be hungry like me. And in this music shit, you gotta drop your nuts. You can't be scared to do shit. You gotta drop your nuts. You gotta drop your nuts. You gotta have a demand for my shit. You gotta have your nuts in this shit, man. Like, cause if you too soft and stuff like that, the game will eat you the fuck alive.
It will. It will. It'll spit you out
Man,
too.
spit you out. And you gotta have some balls with this shit, man. You can't be scared to do shit. You gotta have some balls.
I agree. Hey, you're gonna face it all. You're gonna face haters, jealousy, envy. I trust me. I've seen it all, and I'm sure you have. Anyone who's
Yeah,
talented and has faced resistance and
yeah.
has resilience has faced all the nonsense. That's what keeps you going, and it makes you in the end. Just know that when the people come back around, that's when you give them the same energy and say, "Yeah, you're not gonna eat at my table now that I'm eating."
Right. And shit, I'm building my own table. It's already built already though, but I done built my own table. Everybody see my hustle, man. Like they ain't like I'm the only one down here that's doing this shit like this. I will say this year have been kind of slow to me. I haven't been nowhere this year. As far as traveling and stuff like that, it's been kind of slow. But I'm finna pick it back up. Chicago maybe my first stop, and then just make my way. From Chicago, probably back to New York somewhere out that way. But yeah, this year been kind of slow.
I will admit to you, to be fair, this year is blowing by like crazy. So I
Yeah,
will get
yeah,
this shit's like lightning in a bottle.
bro. It's like lightning in a bottle, bro. Like it's blowing by fast like a mother. And
It's crazy. It's gonna be winter. Well, I don't want to say that because summer just began here, but it's gonna go by quick. It's gonna be cold on the East Coast again. You know it. It's unbelievable.
it's unbelievable, bro. Like I say, I'm loading up right now. I'm loading up. I'm about to start back traveling and stuff like that. But my hit song Max is only the strongest survive, and I'm gonna keep promoting the fuck out that song. I'm gonna keep promoting that fuck out that song,
I
bro.
got it in my rotation for you, so I'm gonna be helping you promote it. So I know we're
Appreciate
locked in. So how did I can't remember. How do we get connected? Do you remember how you?
Hey, man, I had seen you. Richie, my main man too, bro. That's my dude. That's
Oh,
my
Richie Evans.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my guy right there,
Yeah,
Phoenix.
that's
Yeah,
my
he's a beast.
guy.
Yeah,
I always talk to I always talk on me and Rich always talk on the phone and stuff like that. Always motivate me and stuff like that to keep pushing like that. Cause lyrics, Richie is a lyricist too.
he's a lyricist.
Oh hell yeah, Richie go hard, and and I always be talking to him. And he just telling me to just keep grinding and stuff like that. Keep putting in work and stuff like that. But Richie, my guy, man.
That's the guy right there.
Yeah, oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. I gotta
Yeah,
call him. I'm gonna have to call him up one of these days. But I know he just dropped that single with with Dave East on there. That go hard. He got
that
another
fire.
hell yeah, he got another single with Rick Ross on there. That go hard. So Richie, that's my dude.
That's the guy right there for sure. Yeah, that's how we got connected in through Richie Evans. So
Yeah, because
that's yeah,
you just had interviewed him
yeah. I just did one. I just did one. What was it, a couple weeks ago? I think.
a couple
Yeah,
weeks
he's been on the
ago.
show a couple times.
Yeah, Richie, that's
Yeah,
my dude.
yeah. That's how we got to build. Just keep getting you back on the show once you
Oh,
got releases. Yeah, that's how we got to do it.
man, I see you doing your shit though, bro.
I
I'm
appreciate that.
man, because I know we've been following each other for a good little minute now, bro. And like you real consistent, and you be getting a lot of people like you just had from what's the name of that group? That guy you just had from that hip hop?
Oh, Master Killer from Wu-Tang.
Yeah, killer, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was real dope.
I
Hell,
appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. I stay consistent, whatever it is, actors, whatever, athletes. I do it all. I don't stay boxed in.
oh no, you can't.
No,
No,
you, yeah, you can't. I feel as though there's not a lot of people that do that unless you're on the big shows. And I feel as though, am I going to let the shots off now? I don't think they're as good, but it is what it is. And that's how you got to keep it. I got to keep it real. I put a lot of work into what I do, and you got to stay out of the box. You can't be boxed in.
oh no, and that's what it's all about, bro. Just keep going, bro. Like nobody knows when they finna be successful when they big break is.
That's true. They
Nope.
don't.
Nobody knows, bro. I don't know. You would look at me and think that, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm still hustling. Like Scrappy told me, it's a marathon.
It is.
It's a marathon, bro. And you could be going. He told me you could be going for ages before you get your first break.
Hmm.
Like I'm like, bro, like you just gotta keep going, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep fucking going because I got experience with this shit. Like
Hmm. Yeah, don't give up. You got the talent. It's there. It's only a matter. Only time will tell.
there's only a
That's how
matter,
it is.
bro.
Only time will tell. When we really look at it, it's true. So, okay, so you're from Baton Rouge. Are you a Saints fan?
Oh no, I'm not a Saint. You know what? I support them. I support them, but I like Dallas.
You're a Cowboy fan. Okay.
Yeah, I
How
like.
did how'd you get to be a Cowboy fan? I'm curious.
Man, I've been a Cowboy fan for a good little minute, and I just they're America's favorite team, and I just of course they going through some shit right now though, but we'll be back though. We'll be back. I see everybody want to hop on the Philadelphia Eagles bandwagon and shit since they won.
Yeah, that's how it is. Well, I will say this. I know they're in your division, but I'm tired of the Chiefs. I don't need to see them win again. I'm tired of them.
Bro, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them too, bro. They don't need to win again, bro.
No, I've seen enough. I've seen enough of them. I've seen enough of the Patriots. I've seen enough. Those two teams I don't ever have to see win again.
Let somebody else get it now, bro. Somebody
I
else.
I'm with it. I listen. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I don't really know who I'm rooting for anymore because I used to be a Jet fan. I'm just tired of them. They suck. I'm just tired of them. Every year they let you down. They
Yeah.
never do anything right. They
Like,
suck.
I'm just watching it. Like I'm just watching it, bro.
That's how it is for me. I mean, with basketball, I'm a Knicks fan.
No, oh man, you a Knicks fan,
Yeah.
bro? Why y'all had to beat us like that, bro?
Oh wait, who's your team?
Boston Celtics.
You're a Celtic. Oh, you're all over the place. You like the Cowboys and the Celtics. You're not a Pelican fan?
Oh no, y'all man, I support them though, but now I've been a Celtics fan for a good.
Celtic fan? I
Yeah.
will say this: how do we beat you guys? And I don't want to hear everyone
Oh,
being. I don't want to hear anyone that's like, oh well, Tatum was injured. Didn't get hurt until the like one of the last games that they
yeah,
played.
and I look at it, and Max, kid you not, bro. I swear to God, bro. I had this bitch. I was like, man, I say, bro, Tatum gonna end up getting hurt. Before the series even started, I said, man, I just had a feeling, bro, like he was gonna get hurt, bro. And show shoot the shit. He got hurt with this Achilles, bro. I said, fuck, man. Like how y'all beat us, bro? Like,
It's crazy. And I will say this, when we beat you, I had a feeling I wasn't happy to face the Pacers because the Pacers always have the Knicks number. I hate the Pacers. I hope OKC comes back from the series. I know they're down 0-1. I know they play tonight, but I hope OKC wins. I'm tired of the Pacers. I don't like Halliburton. I don't like Siakam. I don't like any of the other weirdos that are on that team.
boy,
They're a strange cast of characters, I'll tell you that.
y'all thought we shot from the 3 point line like that, how we did y'all at home. Them fucking Pacers, them bitches shoot your lights out too. You remember we had problem with them last year.
You did.
Yeah, we had big problems with them, man. You know, it was just knocking on the door for them.
I
You know,
went for the Celtics last year because they knocked the Knicks off again. I'm tired of them. Ever since you look at the '90s, the Pacers, the early 2000s, Pacers always beat the Knicks, and they don't win championships. They just go and lose after they beat the
yeah,
Knicks.
yeah. And them damn Pacers, bro. Like nobody was talking about it, but I knew, bro. Like, you know what I say, oh, they're gonna beat the hell out of the Knicks. Watch.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
don't know how y'all beat us, bro. But y'all, you know what? Y'all got good defense though, bro. Like y'all defense was there. You know, Tom Thibodeau, he's a defensive coach. We a 3 point shooting team. You know, live by
mhm.
the three, die by the three, and we just got ice fucking cold.
I will say this. I think with being gone now because they fired
Oh,
him, I
y'all
thought,
fired them?
I think
No,
that
bro.
was a huge mistake because who are you going to get? I'm reading all these candidates online. They're not going to get anyone as good as Tibbs. I just don't see it.
Bro, y'all in the fire too. Oh, I didn't even see that
You
shit.
didn't see it yet. That happened a couple days ago. I'm not happy about it. I know there's been a lot of Nick fans that are happy, but this guy's made us relevant again. They
Yeah,
don't remember, everyone only wants to be a fan of the Knicks when they're winning. You see all these celebrities who were
yeah,
supposedly Nick fans for 30 years, and you haven't seen them since, I don't know, Patrick Ewing was playing. I think that's the last time we saw these people, or they weren't even
right.
born. But it's like this guy, I remember the Ron Baker years. I remember the years we had just straight up garbage on this team. Langston Galloway, Porzingis. Oh, the drafts that this team has had. I trust me. I have a lot of scars and just I've been through a lot watching that Nick team. It's been rough.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. I ain't know y'all got rid of Tip.
Yeah, so I'm not happy because he made us a contender again.
Like, yeah, y'all beat us.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Y'all beat us. We was the champions. Man,
exactly. Yeah, I have a feeling. I mean, the Knicks still have good players. If they're going to blow up this roster and
oh
trade
no,
for,
y'all need to blow it up. Y'all just gotta figure out what type of game y'all want to play. Cause
yeah, I agree.
teams will go up on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go up like 20 points. 15, 30. But now that ain't nothing in the lead, and y'all come back storming in like the third or fourth quarter, and cut it and take the lead or cut it down. But y'all gotta figure out what type of team like that y'all want to be.
I agree. I think the Knicks, they got to add a lot of depth. I think that was
Yeah.
the issue with them facing the Pacers. The Pacers had a deep bench, and
Oh,
Thibodeau also didn't play a lot of the players that are on those bench. And I'm going to say one name where no one's brought it up. They have PJ Tucker on
oh
the
yeah.
bench. You would think they would play him. He's like a defensive genius in the playoffs. So it's like, why don't you play him? He's a veteran that, yeah, I didn't agree with Thibodeau's lineups, but besides that, I thought he was a decent coach. I
He
just
was,
don't know why they fired him.
he was definitely a decent coach, bro. So I guess he gonna go and be an ESPN analyst now. Uh,
I'll tell you what, if they can't get anyone else, I'd hire him back. I just don't see who you're going to get that's better than him. I really don't. I'm Jason Kidd. I don't think they're going to.
what's the what's the name of that coach used to be for Golden State before
Oh, Mark Jackson?
yeah, yeah. I'm surprised nobody haven't hired him yet.
No, and they hired Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers is
Doc Rivers ain't doing nothing.
no. He
About to
gets
be out the
chances all
door,
the time.
bro. Like he about to be out the door too. Cause
Probably.
they not supposed to be that. They not supposed to be like that. Like they supposed to be like a championship team. You got Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So they supposed to be up there where we at. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And it's whatever the coach. Whatever game plan he implement. Like what's his like? It's just crazy, bro. Like whatever his game plan is or whatever style of play that that shit don't always work. Just because it worked it with LA or Doc Rivers with the Celtics, he won a championship. It don't mean it's gonna work for everybody.
No, it doesn't mean it's gonna. They're probably gonna change it up soon, especially if they trade Giannis. They're gonna unload everyone that they have, including the coach.
I'm trying to see what he'll go. He'll probably come to us though, but we'll have to give up Jaylen Brown, and I just don't want to give up Jaylen
You
Brown.
think he's going to the Celt? You think is going to the Celtics? That's what you think?
I think they'll see about him, but we'll have to give up a lot. We'll have to get a Jaylen Brown. We'll have to give up Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hausler, and we'll probably have to give up Porzingis too.
Yeah, it guts your team. That's why when I see these trade rumors about Giannis to the Knicks, it's just you're gonna gut the team. I heard the Knicks want to make a big offer for him, and I wouldn't even entertain KD. I heard that there was mutual interest with the Knicks. He chose the Nets before. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't
I
get
thought he
KD.
wanted to go to Miami.
I heard that he wanted to go to the Spurs. I heard that he wanted to go to the Knicks. I didn't hear about Miami, but I'm not surprised.
Man, KD kind of washed up though.
He is. He's old and he's always injured. He didn't pan out in Brooklyn, so I don't want him. I'm fine with what we have. I just think that the Knicks need to get a little physical, and
Got Devin
maybe,
Booker, and they got Bradley Beal, and they got Kevin Durant. That's the big three. And you
it
mean tell
is.
me y'all can't make the playoffs? Like what's really going on?
I'm good on KD. I don't need to see him in a Knick uniform. I
So
wouldn't mind seeing Giannis, but I just feel as though what are you gonna do? Gut the whole team? I got you back.
all right.
All right, yeah. So I know we left off on the basketball talk, but I think we're good on the basketball talk for now. I want to get back to Lil Dane. So, well, you know what I was gonna ask you actually, because you're from New Orleans, and
Baton Rouge.
I figured well Baton Rouge exactly. So I figured because that you were from the area that you were a Saint fan, but I was gonna ask you how you feel about the logo of the Saints because this is something that I was just made aware of recently, and I have some Saints gear. But apparently, there's some controversy behind the Saints logo. Are you aware of this about the logo?
What's going on with the logo? They trying to switch it up.
I don't think that they're trying to switch it up, but in me doing my research, apparently this was the logo, which is what's the flower? Everyone knows the flower for the Saints, of
Right.
course. Apparently, it was used as this is what they used to brand slaves with. Apparently, that what
Oh,
used to be.
man, see, I gotta do. I don't know nothing about it. I gotta do my more research about it. But that's crazy,
It's
bro.
crazy because I don't feel once I read about this recently, I don't feel comfortable wearing any more Saints stuff. So I'm not going to be wearing that anymore. I know the league we got rid of the Redskins. I know that's been controversial forever.
Right.
They made it the Commander. So now there's got to be a reasonable question. I think should we get rid of the Saints logo? Should we or if you're not gonna change up the Saints name, find a different logo.
Find a different logo. Like I said, I gotta do more research on it to see what's going on. But that's crazy, bro. Like 2025 just been crazy. Like from logos changing to a lot of shit. But I ain't hear nothing about it. I gotta do more research on it.
Yeah, if you look up Saints logo, I don't even know how I came across it, but I had to dig deeper. If you look up like Saints logo controversy or something like that, you'll read that there's been people that have had videos about it on YouTube and articles about why it's so controversial. And I read it, it made me feel icky. I just don't want to wear a Saints jersey anymore. I don't want to put on a Saint hat anymore because of it. So yeah, you won't see me wearing any Saints gear. I had a nice Joe Horn jersey. I'm not wearing it anymore. Love Joe Horn, but it just I don't want to put that jersey on. I don't like what it represents.
I don't wear St. Jersey anyway, so if I burn it right now.
Well, I will say that Jerry Jones is an issue for the Cowboys. We know
Right.
that. He's the living Saints logo.
The Living Saints logo.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. A lot of them are though. Woody Johnson, he's no different with the owner of the Jets.
He's no different.
He's no different. Exactly. I'm tired of the Jets. This season I converted to the Ravens. I will say that. I like Lamar Jackson. That's
We should. Oh, they probably gonna do good. We should see though, because a lot of them they coming. Like I say, they coming.
they are.
You
Yeah, but
know,
I'm looking forward to it. So Little Dane, how did you get the switch? Because I remember we talked about Rip the Lyricist over. How did you come up with Lil Dane?
name Kevin Gates DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me that name, and he say again, needed something that's marketable.
Mhm.
So and to be honest with you, Max, like I just go by Dane now. Like when I do my covers, when I'm making my
Just
art
Dane.
cover for my side, I just go by Dane.
Just go
You,
by Dane.
but Google got me registered as Lil Dane because I've been going by that so long. Like everything Lil Dane now, but I really wanna, be just Dane though. But it's kind of too late to kind of try to change it. Kind of,
Mhm.
well, really ain't changing that. Up, just I'm just Dane. You know.
Mhm. Top five artists that you want to work with. It doesn't even have to be hip hop.
Top five artists I want to work with. I want to work with Kendrick Lamar,
Hmm.
um, Jay-Z. I want to work with Rick Ross, um, Jadakiss, and who else I want to work with? I want to work with Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure you'll get close. I think you're close now. I just think it's the only time will tell when it's going to happen.
Just got to keep promoting. I got to keep pushing. Got
You
to keep.
do.
You got to. Social media is everything now.
It
Social media
is.
is the new wave. It's the new with everything, and you just gotta. I gotta continue to keep putting out content. Just keep doing stuff, bro. Just keep showing up. You know.
That's what you got to do. Just keep showing up. So what's next on the docket? I know you got a new single on the way. What else are you going to be rolling out this year? I know things have kind of been slow as far as performances go, but you're looking to get that back up. So what are some things that you can mention that you got officially on the docket that you're going to be doing?
Like I say, I'm trying to see what's up with this. I'm about to get featured on another talk show, the Jennifer Hudson show. That's gonna be real big. Um, I'm waiting on them to email me back now. Then fly out there. And I'm just focusing on just pushing on the strongest survive. That's my main focus right now is on the strongest survive. I can't let that song go. I can't just you know scoot that song under the rug, breast this. So I gotta continue to keep pushing that record because that's a hit record, and you know,
Hmm.
loading up, loading up to just start back traveling.
Got to load it up. Did you draw any inspiration to that record from Survival of the Fittest by Mobb Deep? Was that something that you thought of?
Oh no,
No, no.
not as
Yeah.
nah. All the strong survive came from you know hustling and by
Mhm.
me seeing Rick Ross house and cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, you referenced that earlier too. So yeah, because I figured you're a hip hop guy. I know you don't listen deeply into hip hop as much, but
No, not right now.
yeah,
No.
the titles kind of reminded me of similar. It's cut from it's a different cloth, but just a different side.
It's just a different. Yep, it definitely is.
It
But
is. But yeah,
but
man, Lil Dane, what else do you want to let your fans know that we didn't talk about here today? Is there anything else that we didn't cover?
man, if y'all trying to book me for a show, y'all hit me up, on Instagram. I'm the type of artist. I'm a reply back to you. And for all producers, y'all stay in my DMs about. I don't even see y'all DMs. I have to go to the hidden DMs or whatever you call it, to the side of it, just to accept messages and stuff like that. But if you're trying to work with me, you know, hit me up in my email, my phone number. I got my phone number link in my bio. Call me. Let's talk. Let's make history, man. I'm willing to work with whether you're a Grammy nominated award producer, Billboard award winning producer, or you're an upcoming producer. Hit me up. Send me some fire. It gotta be fire now. Don't send me no tracks. And you want to know some of the beats I like, how I'm coming, what's my style? Go listen at a couple of my tracks and let's work.
Let's get it done. And that's something too. You've mentioned it on your songs prior about you don't like the scam artists. No one does. You don't like them on
Yeah,
social media
no.
with the DMs and all that.
Nah, man, I don't like no scam artists. I say I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna if because I done got scammed so many times, man. And let's just be honest. I done
I
got
don't
scammed.
trust anyone.
I got scammed so many times. So I don't play with nobody money, bro. Like if you send me some money for a feature, come perform at your club or your wedding or your little sister birthday party or wherever, I'm gonna be there. I
Mhm.
don't play around people money because people work hard for their money, bro.
It's true. Yeah, people do, and that's how it's going to get you further. It's a lot of just your integrity and you have honor. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people
Nah,
sell
bro.
out, sell their souls, and
That's
you're
crazy.
seeing it every day.
I'm not, if I gotta do that shit and they tell me I gotta sell my soul to all to be this success, man, fuck that. Y'all can have this shit. I'm gonna be an electrician. Fuck, I'll make it just X amount of money. Shit, fuck all that shit, man. Y'all can have that shit.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. It's yeah, I never sell your soul. That's the main thing because it never
I'm,
change up. I'm sure it'll work for you eventually because it's I know there's other people that haven't sold their soul and they've definitely made it.
yeah, like I say, if I could get momentum going and get a buzz now while I'm independent, I don't even need a label,
Mhm.
But it's more expensive though, I got to come out my pocket, But I'm fine with that. I'm not.
Mhm. No, and the talent's there. You put the hard work in, and I'm sure it's going to pay off. It's been paying off in some signs and cases, but it's going to pay off even more eventually in the future. And I'm going to keep reference it. Only time will tell. I'm going to keep referencing that for you.
Time will tell.
Yeah, that's how we got a lot of marketing here naturally. So, how about this too? Are you still against artists that bash the record labels on social media? Are you still against that?
Yeah, I'm like, ain't nobody sit there and make you sign that shit. You signed that, so why you bashing them? You should have read it. You should have read the contract. And if you didn't understand, certain words or whatever, that's why they got entertainment lawyers.
Hmm.
But let's be honest. If it went for the record labels, majority of these artists wouldn't be where they are now.
Mm.
So you
How
gotta
about I'll continue.
you gotta get fucked in the ass and go through shit. You know what I'm saying? To have a story to tell and come off on top. Like this one, if I would have signed this deal, man, I probably be ain't no telling where I'd be at. So don't bash them.
Hmm.
Just say that's what's a learning experience. Yeah, I had a fucked up contract, at the time, but everything was a learning experience. Like you were signing your first contract, of course you're gonna get fucked. Of course you ain't gonna know what's going on, you know. But you're very successful. You're getting on people podcasts, you're talking about it. So now you got a story to tell. But you can't blame the labels. I mean, you was doing it to change your life, and it changed your life.
Hmm.
So I ain't getting on no podcast talking about nobody, no labels, none of that shit. You
Mm.
know, I ain't doing that shit. It's
How
just,
about from the point of view from we look at the legends that have been burned, like when we go way back, like NWA, TLC, do you feel as though that they had more of a right because they were kind of some of the first artists in the door in hip hop to really get burned?
yeah, yeah. I mean, they was hungry, bro. Like, they was starving. Like, if you got an opportunity to get your mama a new house and do other things, you gonna go for it.
Hmm.
Especially if you ain't got no money, you ain't got no 9 to 5, you ain't got no job, and somebody present, you say you signing for, 250,000. That's a lot of money to say you ain't got nothing,
Hmm.
But everything in that money, video production, studio time, a manager got to get
Goes
paid,
quick.
et cetera, et cetera. You know,
It goes fast. Are
yeah,
you
it's
Are you
definitely
looking to relocate too? Are you kind of is that something? Are you because you're still out in Louisiana?
yeah.
So are you looking to relocate?
Well, I just moved into my recent condo just now though. But as far as that, like, yeah, and no, not right now. Not until I get some momentum going and I get that buzz going and I start making enough from music to where I'm able to have enough to relocate. But to be honest, I like being down here because I'm the only one that got this style, so it makes me stand out because I'm the only one that's coming like this down here, in Baton Rouge. Everyone else, do club banger music, which that's hot. That's hot down here. Do jigging music. That's what's hot down here. But I don't do club music. Not saying I can't do it because I can do it, but my lyrical deliverance is what's having me stand out because people be so fucking amazed when they hear my song and I tells them I'm from Louisiana. They're like, where you come from? Where you been at? Because everybody down here, trying to sound like young boy and stuff like that. So
Mm,
so I just got my own style.
you do, and stick
So
with it.
why would I move to New York when they got 50 million other MCs trying to do the same thing, that I'm doing? That'll
Makes you
be
stand
crazy.
out too.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. So I'm staying right here.
I don't blame you. Pop off where you're from.
But it's harder though now, Max. It's harder to make it in Louisiana, bro, because we ain't got a lot of opportunities down here. And like I just said, they just stuck on one particular style of music, jigging music, club banging. But it's hard, bro. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta put that work in when you down here. Like we have no opportunities whatsoever in music.
Do you see there in the future possibilities? Do you see the loopholes to where you can bring those
Yeah,
opportunities? That's
I
something that
always
you want to
say.
do?
I always say if you know if God bless me with getting my foot in the door, I'm gonna give back to Baton Rouge. I'm gonna build a record label down here. I'm gonna show them how it's supposed to go. And I'm not talking about a record label that me and you just came up with and is in our backyard. No, I'm talking about an actual record label downtown with the building, with the turnstiles in there, with the security and everything. I'm out of the Mercedes, Sprinter van outside. So, whatever artist that I'm interested in, I'm gonna put them on there, drive them to the airport, fly them out to Atlanta for their show. I'm gonna do all that.
That's real. You're right. And not something that just we could make up in our bedroom
Yeah,
or
like
just.
maxing Max the label or something like that. Nah, a record label, it's a building, you know.
That's real. That would I'm telling you, that would definitely send shockwaves. That would really help people out.
Yeah, because we don't have anything down here. So,
No, that's what
I
you
want
told me.
I want to give back.
That's real. Any other ways that you want to give back? Is that kind of like the only idea
I
you
want to
thought of?
open up down here well, I know it's everywhere, but we got a lot of homeless on the
Mhm.
corners with cardboards up asking for money, asking for food. So, I just want to build a homeless shelter. Probably with like about 30 rooms or something like that, and have resources to where you come into this homeless shelter. We're gonna help you get a job. We're gonna help you get a trade. We're gonna put you back on your feet.
Mhm. I respect that. You keep doing these things, keep working with the music. I'm sure you'll be able to provide for those giving back opportunities.
I hope and pray to God I do, Max. I really do, bro.
No, I'm rooting for you. You got the talent, you got the work ethic, the skill. You've been grinding for a long time, so we're gonna see the hard work pay off.
Oh, if the Lord say the same, we definitely will, bro.
You will. Lil Dane, is there anything else you want to let the audience know, your fans? Like I said before, I think we covered everything.
Make sure y'all just continue to keep hustling and stream Only the Strongest Survive. You go check out all my music. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. If you're trying to follow me, Lil Dane LLC, hit me up. I could build a relationship with you. Just, hit me up. Let's talk. Let's run it. Let's work.
Make sure you connect with them on Instagram and all the socials. We gave you the tag there. Make sure you can check out this new single, Only the Strongest Survive. That's available on all platforms. Make sure you go download it and support Little Dane.
Appreciate y'all out there.
Yeah, you already know. Lil Dane, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate you for getting connected with me and holding out here because I know we were supposed to do it a couple months and we just the time didn't align. So we were able to get it done now though.
You already know, Max. I appreciate you for having me on your show, big brother. You keep on grinding.
You already know, man. Let me know too. We'll do a collaboration post if you want to do like a
Oh,
clip
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Let me know.
collab with me, bro. Whenever you post it, just collab with me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's go. Salute.
Salute, man. Lil Dane. Enjoy the rest of your night, all right?
All right, same to you.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right.
Yeah.